I think when you're out and about, it is more than our eye. It's a sensory. It's noise, it's smell, it's temperature. Maroma, from the moment I arrived here, there's something enchanted. It's around you. You feel it, you sense it. The vistas, the sea, the combination of jungle leading onto a beach. One of the big vocations about doing this project was to ensure that we kept that spirit. We didn't tamper with it, that we could still bring the soul of Maroma and not spoil that, but celebrate her. I think since childhood, there has been a huge amount of travel within my life, and I think that sparked something in me. And at the same time, there'd always been this tremendous interest in architecture. A huge part of what we do is not necessarily stamp our design on something, but to do something that is true to where we are. And I always feel that the most successful we can be is when we're the most authentic. I love the story of José Luis Moreno. He was an architect who built his home here. And he used to celebrate, entertain. And I think there's an essence of that you catch, you feel something. It was someone's home, and he built more and more of his home so he could have more and more friends, and in the end turned it into a hotel. So to me, there was a sense of home here. And that's what I felt, and that's what we've always wanted to still create, a sense of a home from home. As you dive in, there was so much, the ladies and the embroideries, and looking at the needlework, looking at the Mayan culture, looking at the stonework, becoming pretty obsessed with all the craftsmanship and the wood and the carving that we could do. Once you start to, in a sense, almost collage all those inspirations together, what happens is a genuine story is clear to you, and you see aspects of that everywhere. Some of the specifics or features that stand out, the palapa roofs. So there was a huge thought process to then how are we lighting it? And there was a lot of work in our studio, working on detailing and drawing up really quite grand lighting. And we worked later on with local craftsmen to use their materials. There was a huge thought process to the flooring. And that was a mixture of the hand-painted tiles that have come in, which are throughout the bedrooms and in the bar. And we see it come in different treatments out on the terraces of every single room and on our arrivals. And I think the detailing into the flooring, the movement, the color, the texture is something that adds a lot to it. I think the property has embraced it really well. It's, of course, important that we are working with the local craftsmen and really understanding so that they were able to work in their traditional manner. We wanted to design, whether it was the wood carving, even in the seating, we've carved the woods, we've looked for the fabrics and the materials, absolutely everything that we chose, we then sourced locally. So it's a sense of something very true to the project. It's not themed, this is how we live here. The whole project is something that's come together that's meant to be tactile, sensory. What was terribly important to us was the mixture of the vistas, keeping the open plan spaces, but also creating sort of smaller enclosed spaces. So for example, as you have the vista straight through from your arrival across the swimming pool, we know that we wanted to also look at the main restaurant, that we could tear down the seating so we could see out to the ocean. There's a lot of thought in all the details, and that could be anything from the little handles. There's this local turquoise stone that's been used, so that everything is handcrafted, so these handles have been given so much care. We can afford to be joyful here. How do you make a design that can even talk to this view all the time? So we have done our version of what it's like to live here. I think the minute you walk through the door here, you are taken to another place. You are escaping something and at the same time finding something.